Hey, you know what makes you look more confident? A nice car. And you know what makes you look more popular? A nice car. And you know what tells the world that I've made it? A nice car. Now, lucky for you, you don't have to be bringing in the Benjamins to afford all these nice cars on this list, because I've outlined 6 ideal cars and an honorable mention, baby, that all slide under the 10K mark. And the last car on this list is a Maserati for under 10,000 bucks. Brad, are you crazy? Yes, but I'm just gonna send it. Let's go! All right, real quick, in all seriousness, if you're a dude just trying to attract the opposite sex, I can't recommend getting a puppy enough. So, you've been warned, but the trick is to have the car that's cheap and have the puppy in it. That would be ideal. Oh, go snag some swag if you want to support the channel. This first car on the list was a direct competitor of the BMW 3 Series Coupe. This Infiniti is the more sophisticated version of the car it replaces, the G35. But don't let this beauty fool you, because it has the performance to back it up as well. A 3.7 liter 6-cylinder produces 330 horsepower and screams to its redline of 7,500 RPMs. And do you know what that's good for? 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. Just look at this thing go. I don't care what you guys say. Personally, I think it sounds absolutely amazing, but do you agree? Oh, and it doesn't stop there, because the chassis demeanor is flat when pushed to the limit. And the fact that you can pick one of these up for 8,500 bucks, that's a hell of a lot of performance and styling for not a lot of money. The Infiniti, Nissan's luxury brand, is definitely worth a test drive if you're looking for a cheap car that'll make you look rich. Oh, and I almost forgot, you can get one of these in a 6-speed manual transmission, so you can keep it in gear just a little bit longer and attract that little extra attention. While we're on the topic of Nissan, we might as well include the G37's more agile brother, the beautiful Nissan 350Z. Yeah, believe it or not, these have dropped below $10,000. This one is the ultimate Japanese rear-wheel drive sports car available today. The headlights and taillights are absolutely striking and have aged gracefully, as has the rest of the design language. And as far as the power plant, it shares the same VQ37HR found in the G37 that is tuned to put out 332 horsepower. And although this car lacks some of the sophistication of its more luxurious brother, the 370Z has an enormous aftermarket, and you can tune and customize this drift missile any way you'd like. And when you have something unique, you'll definitely stand out. So just make sure that your modifications are clean, because if they look something like this, people may just think that you're broke like a joke, which is exactly the opposite of what we want. Believe it or not, the Porsche 986 Boxster was introduced like 20 years ago. Oh, sorry guys. Believe it or not, the Porsche 986 Boxster was introduced roughly 20 years ago, and it revolutionized the way we enjoy roadsters from Porsche. It's a mid-engine, 2-seater sports car that just looks the part. And what's so awesome about this platform is they're just as good at running daily errands as they are terrorizing your local track. Just look at how much fun this thing is. Now, the one thing is that this could be the perfect first car, depending on who you are. Here's a list of a few more if you're looking for a first car. You should click that. See, the little 2.5 liter mated to a 5-speed manual won't get you into that much trouble, and it eagerly pushes you from 0 to 60 in 6 seconds flat. And you want to know one of the best kept secrets about the Boxster platform is that it doesn't have just one, but 2 trunks. Yeah, mid-engine layout, FTW, baby. Now, you can find a 986 Boxster like this one for under 6,000 bucks all day long. But, and there's always a but, if you can kick in just a few $1,000s more for the Boxster S with better brakes, retuned suspension, and the main thing is the engine. Because the Boxster S boasts a 3.2 liter horizontally opposed 6-cylinder pushing out 252 horsepower. And when you couple that with a 6-speed manual transmission, where's reverse? Oh, there it is. It sounds just as good as it goes. And one last thing, the whole front end of the 986 Boxster was shared with the 996 911. Shameless plug, if you ever pick up any of these Porsches or you just have really dirty headlights, you should definitely go check out the video of me cleaning the 996 911's headlights. it's a doozy. The Porsche Boxster definitely swings above its weight, and it's definitely a performance bargain that's gonna make you look rich. When you look up the word depreciation in the dictionary, you know what you're gonna find? This thing. A Range Rover Sport. Now there's one reason and one reason only why the Range Rover Sport is gonna make you look rich. And no, it's not because everybody thinks that you can afford all the repairs. Rather, it's media attention. Every single famous person seems to have a Range Rover in their arsenal. Yeah, like every single one. And not only that, but you know what complements this rich dude's Ferrari 458 Speciale? Yeah, this Range Rover. And you know what complements this rich dude's friend's Audi R8? Well, this Range Rover. And do you know what complements this rich dude's friend's McLaren P1? I'll let you guess. They built the ever so popular L320 Range Rover from 2006 to 2013. And they're one of the best looking SUVs ever. And since they built a lot of them and they tend to break down a lot, you can find a ton of them for $7,000 or less. Just remember, and this is good advice for any car you're ever considering buying, get a pre-purchase inspection, meaning have a qualified mechanic look over the car before you purchase it. It's just cheap insurance and you'll know what's wrong with the car before you buy, which can save you not only a ton of money, but also a ton of headaches if you have a brain. Because without a brain, you can't get headaches, right? The W211 E55 AMG is a design that's just stood the test of time. I don't know what it is about those headlights, but they've only gotten better with age. And the whole body is still rather contemporary looking. Plus, it's a Mercedes AMG. So it's gotta be expensive, right? Au contraire, less than 7,000 bucks snags you this beauty. And you know what that buys you? Yeah, a supercharged V8 pushing out 469 horsepower and even more torque. And you know what all that power is good for? 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds flat. It's an overbuilt super sedan that's gonna let you ball on a budget. And since it's supercharged, it's only a tune and a couple supporting mods away from blasting a Hellcat. Oh, baby. And now it's time for that honorable mention, baby. Ow. Okay, now they're not under $10,000 yet, but using the negotiations that I've outlined in the Ideal Car Strategies, you could probably get there. Because you can get this bargain American muscle machine for $10K or under. And God, that thing is beautiful. Just check this one out for $13,500 bucks. Now, this thing is the ultimate performance bargain. But why do you want a C6 Corvette? Well, the 6th generation Chevrolet Corvette is more angular than previous generations, so it looks more contemporary. And let's face it, when you drive a fast car, people think that you get stuff done fast. And logically, the more stuff that you get done, well, the more money you make. Because after all, time is money, right? And the 6-liter LS2 V8 will cook 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds. Man, I love the sound of American V8s. I don't think there's anything that could sound better. And when you said that, the Italians were like, hold my beer. This Italian beast has a rare blend of character and competence. And the sound it makes from that naturally aspirated V8 is otherworldly. Yeah, and that thing is putting out 385 horsepower. And you could stare at this thing for days because the styling is just so Italian. I really don't know how else to explain it. And the best part about this Maserati is that it can be had for less than $10,000. Yeah, pinch me. A running, driving, good-looking Maserati for less than 10,000 bucks? What are you gonna do with all the money that I just saved you? Well, maybe you should go check out this video about 5 dirt cheap cars with over 500 horsepower. Or you can check out what YouTube recommends you watch next. Oh, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe. But either way, you can't lose. And as always, keep living that ideal lifestyle, baby.